So as I put on this wig, I was reminded why I usually don't cosplay anime characters, and it's because they all have like an extremely different face shape from me, and it like...
There, don't worry.
Oh.
We get to see our boy.
So, I couldn't help noticing your Fort Condor set. Got time for a game?
It'd be my pleasure.
Then let's do it up. I gotta warn you though, I'm kind of an expert at this.
It stresses me out that her pants are unbuttoned.
Pretty sure I'll hold my own. I eat experts for breakfast.
Oh, is that right? Well, you can talk the talk, so let's see you walk the walk.
We're gonna die.
My headcanon is honestly that she just ate like a ton of those little beans, and so like she's bloated and she's like, I just need like a little extra space for a little bit. So she like unbuttoned the top button of her pants.
Beans.
Gotta get Yuffie to invest in some stretch pants for greater comfort. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, let's see.
Well, she did eat lots of beans. See, that's what I'm saying.
Trying to get the grenader thing up so I can start that as soon as possible. Come on! Way in the back! Way in the back! Here we go. There we go. And now I can have things in front to protect it.
So I've been telling Mari about this, but I don't... About, like, work schedules just being crazy.
Oh.
And how... I feel like I'm hearing that from, like, a lot of different people who have corporate jobs. That it's just, like, all the companies now are like, okay, like, we couldn't do as much stuff last year, even though everyone was working their asses off. But they're like, the company couldn't do very much. Now we can. So, let's go, team. And everyone's kind of like, okay.
Yeah, work extra hard now, but for no extra pay, no compensation. Also, coming back into the office, also, you're only giving 100% instead of 120%.
You know what?
Find that disappointing.
You know what really gets me about, like, about this whole thing is, oh, thank you so much for the gift sub, Dykeman.
Oh, thank you very much. We really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. Thank you.
What really gets me about this, too, is that all of the articles and stuff that were, like, acting as if 2020 was, like, a sabbatical. Or, like, what hobbies did you pick up during the pandemic? And, like, no shade to anybody who did find themselves with the time to pick up hobbies. But, like, for a large segment of the population, that was simply not the case. Or people were too stressed out to, like, really enjoy much stuff. And so... I don't know. I remember last year there was a period of time where my company cut our hours, but it was really only cut for certain people, and other people like me just had to keep working the same amount. And like, and it's like they kept being like, they were like sharing recipes in like the work chat, and I was like, I can barely get out of bed.
Oh, yeah, because everybody else's work was cut down except for yours.
Yes, except for mine. And it's because, like, we do different things. So, like, they genuinely didn't have as much to do. But it also just felt, like, very unfair. Because, like, all of our pay was cut. And it's like, okay, but this is this Final Fantasy Tactics now? We are,
doing the little mini game in this DLC, which is a remake of the original DLC's thing. Oh god. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I find it bizarre that, so these are suspenders from like Amazon. you know,
Yeah.
random, so they're like cheap. But like they're just big enough for me to put on my pants, and I'm like, don't like, and I have them loosened all the way, and I'm kind of like, okay, what do you do if you're a big person? Don't big people need suspenders? I feel like when I see them, it's usually on bigger people.
And
I'm
depends. Were you getting them like? Did I win? Who? Whoa. Okay, we lost.
Oh.
All right. Well, we're moving on because I'm not gonna spam this one game.
Told you I eat experts for breakfast.
I knew Wedge would
But
beat
if you
my ass.
game, I'm always up for brunch.
Which is gamer energy, where he's like, yeah, I know how to min-max.
They're asking if you would like advice for the mini game.
Maybe later. Not right now, because I just want to run in, play it, and then run away and not think about it anymore.
Oh, any favorite E3 announcements?
Oh, I really have not been paying. The only thing I looked at for, like, new game announcements this week was Wholesome Direct. I was like, that's all the information I need. I really have not been paying attention to E3 very much. I don't know why.
If people in the chat want to mention stuff that you saw and we can talk about whether we saw it, I watched a couple of them like in the background, but I'm gonna be honest, I cannot actually remember anything I saw.
I only watched the Direct, and it was all witch games, and I was like, all right, that's all it, yep, that's me covered, I got it.
There were 2 games in there at the beginning that I was like, wait a second, my friends made those. And
Oh, cool.
And then,
I think we're good here. Let's roll.
I saw there's gonna be Pirates of the Caribbean for Sea of Thieves.
Cool.
That's like literally.
Is Johnny Depp still getting fucked over by that?
I don't know.
People.
It is insane to me that Amber Heard still gets to be in Aquaman 2, and he lost Pirates of the Caribbean, even though it was proven that she lied. It's so messed up to me.
Splinter Cell's done its best to make things hard for you. Miss this train and there's no telling when the next will be. Looks like it's now or never, guys.
I like Billy Bob.
Billy Bob Thornton?
We couldn't
No,
give you a proper
Billy
send-off.
Bob.
Oh,
Just know that we're
I was
really
like, not him!
okay?
No. Billy Bob, the one with the long hair and the bandana. Axl Rose Billy Bob.
All aboard!
This is weird.
Oh boy.
Is she gonna poop?
Is it the beans?
Does she have to poop on the train? Oh gosh. Oh, she has to puke on the
I'll be
train? Even
fine.
worse.
As long as I'm standing up.
This is very like...
What did I tell you about the beans?
This is a lot of Wattpad, where it's like, I'll protect you on the train.
Always got motion sick.
He was so protective over me
Juggalos,
in my sickness on the
boats.
train.
Sure trains would have done it too.
Who's Melfi?
My sister. She trained under your father at the same time as me. And she had such promise.
This is the most K-drama stance I've ever seen.
What?
I'm here to protect you.
The war was ending. But a Shinra mech went haywire near a crowd and she had to do something.
Okay. So she looks like his sister.
She is.
She is his sister?
Yeah, that's who he's talking about,
We
is his
deserve what's
sister.
coming to him.
No, I meant Yuffie looks like his sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Which I always found to be strange, where it's like, you remind me of my sister, and then they fall in
do.
love, and you're like,
But I'm not your sister.
thank you for saying that.
I didn't think that was a love you moment. I took that as like, I don't need your protection. Bleh.
No, the way... The way he was standing over and protecting her, that's... Oh, it's this guy who loves being evil!
Yes, there will be no delays.
It was definitely a
Please,
romantic
Mr. President,
moment.
I am asking you to reconsider. No, begging. The Sector 7 Undercity is home to more than 50,000.
Director Twisty.
At least let us issue a warning, sir.
The stench of the director's cowardice fills the room yet again.
Reeve. Progress requires sacrifice.
Learn to live with it.
Of how Shinra's always like,
But why? Because.
yeah.
Look at all these people.
Enough to make you sick. Let's get this over with.
Excuse me, I have some questions. You work for Shinra, isn't that right? Then would you care to comment on the rumors that Sector 7 will be the terrorist's next target?
Why does he need to interview specifically
They're going to
Yuffie?
hit the reactor, aren't they?
There's like 80 other employees.
Stop right there! Get the hell out of here. What's Shinra's plan?
Elevators are right there. Let's catch one.
You know, the way they walk is very well animated.
Come on, come on.
I do not like the way those numbers are arranged on the.
Oh!
It's Dominatrix Woman! She's coming for us! Oh no, our male companion does not stand a
The
chance.
basement. Advanced weaponry.
Going down. Doors closing.
Yeah, don't mind us. Just.
I'm still reeling that the guy was like, "You, little girl,
Perfect.
do you know the secrets of Shinra?" When there's like 80 employees around her.
Yeah.
But oh, how the mighty are fallen. Wu-Tai colluding with Avalanche and resorting to terrorism? I always thought the Wu-Taians an honorable people. They used to be, certainly.
Why are you being racist
But
in your
now-
elevator right now?
Now they're nothing but blood-sucking flies buzzing around Shinra's face. Would you not agree? In light of recent events, I mean.
Ma'am, I'm gonna contact HR about this conversation.
She's trying to provoke her on purpose.
Yeah, which is an HR situation.
What a lovely smile.
HR wouldn't do anything about that. HR is to protect the interests of the company.
Well, anyway, so that's definitely something that a lot of people experience where
I think
Oh,
not.
yeah.
somebody will be
Foreign
like,
visitors
say
should
something
take the
subtly
scenic
racist
route.
and be like, what are you going to do
And
about it? Because
savor the
if you
opportunity
react,
to meet our
you're going to be in
neighbors'
trouble and
autonomous
I'm not.
weapons.
Because everyone's going to go, oh, was that really
Here,
racist? And it was.
I miss what?
It said it on the screen. Subtitles.
Damn it! I'll never get a better chance. That was Scarlet, Director of Advanced Weaponry. It was one of her machines that killed Melfi.
Calm down, Sonon. Calm down. Remember, we're here for a reason.
Right, boss. I'm sorry.
Don't be. I was ready to strangle her myself. And that's before she sent us off in the wrong direction.
Where did she send us?
Honestly, it seems like she didn't even know they were, like, against
One way
her.
to find out.
It
Don't
just
worry,
seemed like she
we'll get
just-
to materia research eventually.
She just saw that they
Just
were
a
tying.
little
Okay.
longer, my precious.
She just saw that they were Wu-Taian?
Wu-Taian.
Wu-Taian was just like, I'm gonna say racist shit just to be mean. Like, she doesn't even, like, if she actually knew that they were here to fuck shit up, she probably would have done more. But she just saw that they were Wu-Taian and decided, hey, I just want to ruin your day.
Mm-hmm.
Mean lady.
Yeah.
I
My point is not that, like, she should be allowed to say what she wants, but just that, like, HR is not on your side when it comes to stuff like that. HR is about protecting the interests of the company and covering shit up. They are not, like, unless you have, like, a really stellar HR employee, they're usually not.
Well, they're gonna. Are you sure that's what they meant? Yeah.
Look
They
at
looked
this
me in the
place.
eyes and
Weapons
said,
here, weapons there, weapons everywhere. They're ready for some serious action.
It sounds like you are, too.
Duh. Unlike my old man, I'm not some lazy drunk. I fight for what I believe in. Something he'd never understand.
Wonder how he's holding up.
Behind bars, you mean? Not well, if the government's got anything to say about it. Good on him. Jail's where he belongs.
That's my master you're talking about. Mind laying off him a little?
You know what? Let's drop it. Not exactly my favorite topic. It's only gonna make me mad. More importantly...
My god, you people are deadly boring. Luckily, I know exactly how
What do you
to
mean,
line
you
things up
people?
with a little experiment. Just don't go dying on me. That would yield very interesting results now, would it?
Unit calibration complete.
Oh yeah, so she knew exactly what was going on.
At least, okay, you know what? At least it wasn't just being racist. She just is a racist and a mean person.
I mean, we already knew that she's pretty evil.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes, you know, in like TV shows and stuff, they're like, hey, I might be a horrible, monster, genocidal person, but I am not a racist.
But I support the LGBTQ community, and you're
At the
like,
very least, and you're like, yeah! Anyway, continue murdering, because killing people, fine. Being homophobic is where I draw the line.
do you remember when some people got upset that Pennywise killed gay people in It Chapter 2?
Yeah,
Was
but
it?
like, he literally is supposed to be the manifestation of homophobia.
I know.
Like, he is supposed to be the reflection of society's failures to protect the vulnerable.
Yeah, but Tumblr did the Tumblr thing, and they were like, Pennywise is a gay icon, and I was like, what?
They were just trying to troll people for, because somebody else was like, you know how somebody was like, Pennywise is not like gay, and then everyone's like, he's gay now. Deal with it.
I think some people just got a little confused because they were legitimately surprised by how things actually went in the second movie.
At the end of the day, don't spend too much time being upset that Tumblr users want to fuck Pennywise. You know, spend about 5 minutes being upset, but then, you know, do something else.
No.
I'm not meant you, I meant in general
Oh.
for people who go on Tumblr.
Ah.
I didn't think that you were ever going to be upset
No.
over Pennywise being sexy.
Over anything on Tumblr.
Yeah. Honestly, being on Tumblr sometimes feels like being with an extremely chaotic partner where you literally have no idea what is going to set them off.
I realized that, so I had logged onto Tumblr the other day and realized that I hadn't been on there since September.
And I've never been happier.
Yeah. And it
like
was,
ever since
it was great.
Ever since I just, like, it wasn't even a conscious decision. I just stopped opening it.
Yeah.
And I've never been happier without, like, reading some insane thing about, like, if you're a bad person if you like tomatoes. Like, you know?
How you like this? You're going down. Someone need a rest?
Or always, like, the discourse of, like, if you liked a character and somebody else didn't, it wasn't enough for them to just say, oh, I don't like that character because they annoy me. There had to be, like, a morally superior reason why, if you don't like this character, you're not allowed to like it. Because they did this, and you're like, okay, I can't.
I think what the discourse that I always had trouble with was when people would get upset at each other for liking abusive ships or like characters that didn't go together, or like you can't like Kylo Ren because he's evil, and it's like, yeah,
but I'm horny.
But they're also fictional, so who gives a like, who cares? I don't care.
I think it's good to have discussions about it. Oh.
And for being such good sports, you may now leave.
Oh, thank you.
Why did I ever think for a second she'd be nice to us? She knows damn well it's gonna be a pain in the ass getting up there.
Blue shirt, I am doing the triangle, square, like ranged attack zoom in thing. But thank you for the tip. I think it's good to have those discussions where like you and I will be like, hey, it's fun to like ship it, but remember, don't date anyone who's
Yeah.
older than you and blah. I think it's good to like talk about it and be like, this is remember, this is a fantasy. It's not real. It's kind of like how when people talk to their kids about porn, we're like, remember.
How do I do it?
Yeah, except
Now
that
then,
that's...
Sona, how you feel about giving me a boost?
Ecstatic.
Go ahead.
Except that's definitely not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Well, no. Because, like, that's, like, looking at it through, like, a sane, logical lens, which is, like, hey, this is a fantasy. Therefore, we can discuss, like...
That was my suggestion
You know?
of, like, instead of being like, you can't like this ship, instead be like, hey, it's okay to like this ship, but remember, it's not realistic, and in real life, you don't want this.
Yeah.
I think that's a much better way of
And
having
go.
that conversation. Because I
Yeah.
think what people are worried about is, like, young people
Okay. Get
reading
to
it
climbing.
and then trying to emulate that back in real life. So I think it's like, hey, this is just horny. Don't go further.
Yeah.
Like, here, sexy woman, not acceptable in real life, but she uses
Madam
men
Director,
as a stool.
The
So,
intruders
like,
are about to reach the research facility.
And we'll let them. Meanwhile, find out what it is they want. You do have eyes, don't you? Then you can see that while they are simpletons, they've made it further than any normal Wutaian ever could. Clearly they are ninjas. Teenage ninjas.
Teenage
And they've
Mutant
come
Ninja
such a
Turtles?
long way. We simply must roll out the red carpet. My trusty steed should provide a fitting welcome, I think. Keep me apprised, would you?
Ma'am, cut system power to the research facility. Bar access to confidential data, then retrace their steps. Find out why they're here. Above all, do not let them out of your sight. Sir!
Oh, materia, where
Oh.
are you?
So, yeah, I wonder if that means that Sonon is also a teenager.
who? Probably,
That
hopefully.
guy. Well, because she said they're teenagers.
Well, hopefully, because he
So-
did the fucking K-drama anime arm on the wall thing.
Oh, yeah.
Is that materia I smell?
End of the line, Wu-Tai scum!
I think, like, I sometimes get frustrated having to, like, couch every discussion about fiction, reminding people that it's fiction.
I mean, you don't have to.
No, but it's like,
I mean,
Is
I
their
think...
idea of mood lighting? Cause it's bad.
Might be the power. That thing's off too.
What do you mean? Tell me more.
like, you know, whether it's like, you know, like bad ships, or like, hey, this person's evil, or like, you know, whatever it is, especially if the situation is like really fantastical. Like Kylo Ren, I feel like is a good example, because it's like, that's the story is so like ridiculous that it's like sometimes
Talk about
I don't
hitting
know.
the jackpot. This must be where they make their materia.
I understand the frustration, but it's like,
Let's keep moving, boss.
Totally.
unfortunately, we're talking in front of hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands of people, so some of them are going to be kids, and we do have to keep that in mind. If we're just having a private conversation, then I'd be like, all right, everyone, chill the fuck out. But when we're on the internet in front of a bunch of people, like, if we never make that clarification, you know, there's going to be a 3-paragraph long, like, rundown of everything we said in a comment, and it's just going to be exhausting.
Yeah, but I think that at some point the onus is on people to acknowledge it's fiction, and not like for anybody who talks about it ever to like have to say over and over and over and over, add all of these like stipulations about why this doesn't work in real life. You know, it's kind of like if we're watching like an anime, right, and someone jumps off a cliff, do we have to sit there and say, don't jump off the cliff because it's bad, you know?
I think that responsibility has been put on us. It's not like really a choice that we made. It's like that expectation was put on us a long time ago, and also on other content creators. I mean, I wish I didn't have to, but I feel like we do.
Yeah.
Level 1 power grid online.
Because, I mean, regardless of what we want to or not, there are going to be kids
Initiating
watching
energy
us who
saturation.
don't know that.
Deploying security grid.
I mean, that kind of assumes that we, like, that assumes that, I don't know. I feel like we talk about plenty of other stuff that I wouldn't want kids to listen to, though. So.
I'm not saying, okay. By kids,
No,
I mean, like,
no.
19-year-olds.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to assume that responsibility, you don't have to, but I think that we've been doing that for a very long time.
I know, and I'm saying it's too bad that people weren't able to understand that for themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that I don't want the responsibility or that we shouldn't do it. I'm saying it feels like somewhere along the line they're not being taught something in a venue other than us. You know, like, it's kind of like when we have to talk to people about sex ed. And it's like, yes, I'm definitely happy to talk about that and share knowledge. But it also feels like we shouldn't, like, people should...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want...
Not in the mood, huh? Fine. We'll find another way up.
It's an unwanted and exhausting responsibility. I get
No,
it.
no. I meant more like that people should have that access to information already.
Yeah.
Through someone who's not a YouTuber, you know? I guess that's what I'm getting at. That, like, I wish that those conversations around healthy relationships existed in more helpful places for people than just YouTube.
Yeah,
you know?
Unfortunately, like, I remember being a young woman and none of this was ever taught to me. It was just like, if this happens to you, you're stupid. And you're like, but, like, you're not explaining to me why.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know it's frustrating and exhausting to have that put on you, so you don't have to do it. But for me, like, when I talk about it, I'm like, I better think about this person who's gonna yell at me if I don't.
Yeah.
Or even if they don't yell at me, the crushing burden of thinking about, like, whatever.
But it's like, I almost feel like sometimes the people that do the yelling are not the same ones as the people who actually need the help. You know?
Yes, sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes I feel as if somebody takes what you or I say and they just, like, take a triple axle flip into the air and land in some other place, but then we're, like, 100% responsible for this huge leap of logic.
Yes.
And it's really emotionally draining, and I'm trying to figure out what we're supposed to be doing, because
whoops,
it's so emotionally draining to talk, and then someone's like, oh, so you said this. Does that mean you fucking hate this type of person? You're like, but I was talking about a video game in the vacuum of, like, this particular thing. And when I said it, I specifically said, for this particular instance in this world, this is my opinion. And it's just like,
oh my God.
And then it applies to something. And honestly, it'll be from somebody who's not even part of that demographic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, if you were a part of this demographic, I would take your opinion so much more seriously. But you're not, and I don't think even an ally would make that point, because sometimes it seems as if you're just trying to make a hot take instead of genuinely trying to help.
And I mean, we all know, I feel like everyone's had this experience on Twitter where it's like, you say something and then somebody takes it and they try to find the instance that you didn't cover in...
That drives me so crazy, because it's not like I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll be like, no, I'm thinking about that, but actually what I'm talking about in the 100 and 200 and whatever characters I have, I literally cannot list off every single possible instance of what if, because I'm talking about this, and I understand that you have that thing that's kind of related and you want it to be about yourself, but I actually would like to have the conversation be about what I want to talk about instead of what you want all the time. Mm-hmm. Not you.
Yeah.
The generalized you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out... Okay, find that materia. So we have the materia. So we got 3 of the materia. Did I grab all the materia yet?
Access denied. No floors currently accessible.
Are we...
Oh, not in the mood, huh?
What'd you say?
So it was...
We'll find another way up.
It says we have to find the materia. I went around and grabbed all the materia.
So it was lighting up that is there something with this panel that we're supposed to be doing?
Okay, so I went over here and clicked on. She was like, I gotta do the thing, but I can't find a way to interact.
Okay, does anybody...
Someone tell us what to do. We were too busy complaining about internet
too busy
culture.
whining again. Yeah, I think that that's more what my frustration is. That it's like sometimes it feels like when you want to have a discussion,
there's too many what ifs.
Yeah, there's too many and honestly, it prevents me from talking about things a lot of the time because I just don't feel like dealing with me putting out my opinion on one thing and then like having a bunch of people chime in and be like, why didn't you mention this? Why didn't you mention that? And I'm like, because that's actually like a side point to like what I actually wanted to say.
Until it devolves into like it's no longer a meaningful
Climb
anything.
the pipes next to the panel. Yeah.
Duh, there's a little squiggly here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wait,
Thank
is
you.
that a security grate or a ladder? Thanks, Shinra.
Yeah,
That's
well,
weird.
I've been trying to not do that when I have conversations with regular
Then there's nowhere
people,
else to go.
one-on-one, because people have started being like, "What the fuck are you? What? What?" I'm like,
"Oh, the million stipulation thing."
Yeah, because like I got so used to doing that.
Yeah.
That like, and you know what? People still do it in real life. They'll go, "What about this?" in order to invalidate my point.
Yeah.
So even then, I'm like trying to pick out every single possible point that could possibly be brought up before I say anything, because some people, even in real life, are just waiting to be like, idiot, what about this? And I'm like, I already know about that.
Yeah, Insomnia Brigade points out that it's people want to try and win the conversation rather than listen to what you're really trying to say.
Yeah, because you can have a conversation where you're both contributing to a topic and enjoying it, rather than like who's right and who's wrong.
Yeah.
Or it could just be like, well, you know, I see why you think that, but I actually see it this way. And it doesn't have to be like this dominating force. You can just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and I also feel like sometimes when people do that, it's like they're doing it like it's like they are looking for problems rather than, and I don't mean like giving you credit if you genuinely are like saying things that are not good. But I mean, like, I feel like I've said things a couple times, and people, like, really, like, misread what I was saying. And I almost was kind of like,
no,
really? Like,
is that really what you think, though?
Yeah, is, like, that really, you really think that that's what I was trying to say with this? Like, really? And,
like you really think, after watching us for years, you really think that? Okay, I think I'm missing something.
Oh.
There's a question mark. Maybe this? I went over here and I touched everything that I could touch.
I thought we picked something up here, didn't we? Oh, thank you for the bit, Silda. Howdy chat, howdy Mario and Stacy. Have you seen the trailer for A Plague's Tale sequel? They look much older. Would be bombed to see you playing it. I actually didn't play the first one because you streamed that by yourself, right?
Which one?
A Plague Tale?
Yes. You can play it on your own, or you can have your friends or whatever play it in front of you, and so that you can chill.
There's also a door up there.
But what you were saying about like...
No, there's also a door up there.
Okay, what you were... Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What you were saying about like people taking what you say and like really going for it, like sometimes I've had like friends do that, and after a while I realized, oh, they just want to bully me. You're not my friend anymore. Like I've cut people out of my life because it would be like, I'd be like, I'm sorry, I just like don't feel the same way, and they would just keep going. I'm like, okay, you need to stop, otherwise like I don't want to talk anymore. It's like, oh, you just want to yell at me, and this is like the justifiable reason in your head of... How do I go even higher? This is the justifiable reason in your head of like why when it's okay to be an absolute mean person. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to get even higher. Let me know if you see anything.
Are we supposed to? We're not supposed to like just go through that door, right?
I've been trying to.
Okay.
Let's run up to it and see what happens. Okay, you know what? I don't know, but shh.
Okay.
Shh. Just don't acknowledge it. Don't acknowledge that that's what just happened.
Forever Shogo says, I missed the last stream, but to tackle the age for Sonan, he's 18 to 20, depending on how you define, because he describes himself as a few years older than Yuffie.
Let's just not acknowledge them as sexual beings, just to be safe.
Yeah. We
only kiss beings, only beings who kiss and hold hands, and that's it.
Yeah, Scarlet called him a teenager, which, you know.
No, we're gonna just do kid rules. If we ship them, you're gonna think only holding hands in a treehouse.
Yeah. Well, because it's like, who knows if that's just like an older person being like, they're kids when they're like 22.
Alright, you know what? What we really do need to think about though? Developers need to put the age out of all characters immediately.
Yes.
Immediately. This is important. Because I'm tired of having the discourse of, is it okay to draw? No, it's not. Not until we get confirmation. Because you never know if they're going to be like, actually, he's like a hyper-grown baby. And you're like, no! like,
he has Benjamin Button disease, so actually he's blah. And it's like, ugh,
damn it. Or he's got that disease Robin Williams had where he's actually 5, but he looks 23. And you're like, God, why? Or, you know, it's like, she's 3,000 but chose to be a baby. And you're like, all right, couldn't she choose to be an adult with big boobs or something?
Robin Williams?
Robin Williams was in this movie where he had a disease that made him age. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what?
Yeah, of course, duh.
Of course, Robin Williams looked like he was 40 when he was 5.
Yeah. Did you? Well, it seems kind of believable based on how he already looks. Alright, I came all the way around. Oh, do I have to press... Oh, I have to hit that button?
No, you can swing on those things.
Alright. Sweet. Woo!
I feel like there's been a couple movies that have kind of played around with that, like, what if a young person but old?
Holy
What if an
shit.
old person but young?
Dude, we're fighting a Gundam.
Run like a chocobo. You're going down.
What were you saying?
Oh, I said I feel like there's a couple different movies that do that whole, like, you know, what if this person who looks this age is actually a way different age? And it's always weird. It's always weird.
At the end of Benjamin Button, I'm spoiling it. When the woman he falls in love with becomes his baby caretaker.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, oh, he's a baby now. And you're like...
Yeah! Yeah. It's just... Yeah.
And you know what's even more insane? He's like, we can't be together because of my disease. But he came back to her so he could die. And I'm like, if that's the ending you were trying to avoid... You should have just stayed.
We have a raid.
Oh,
Welcome,
hi.
Scribble.
Thanks for being here at 25. Hello.
Woo woo.
Hi. Oh my God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Like a Kingdom Hearts thing is going on. I'm just gonna steal this instead. Jin staff. Oh, let's give him a new staff.
Thank you for the bits, Silda. I couldn't quite catch all of that message, but it sounds like that is a complicated romantic situation. Live, laugh, cheese. I agree. That's what I would want.
You gotta live, laugh, cheese. Gotta cheese, laugh. What?
Cheese, laugh, love.
Cheese, laugh, love. Yeah. I was trying to be like, wait, what am I trying to do? Auto cure. Ooh, he has auto cure. Fancy.
Yeah, because cheese is life, so cheese, laugh, love. That makes sense.
Gotta cheese, laugh, love. Gotta love, laugh, cheese.
I promise I did not approve of the cheese cult. Jesus is here to bless you.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus crust. Like pizza. Okay, so I was telling Mari when I put this on that I might not keep it on the whole time because the parts of this cosplay are made for smaller people than I am, and even though they are stretchy, my arms they're too buff for this.
Level 2 power grid.
Too strong.
Online.
Too strong.
That's because they're trying to keep women weak with the patriarchy.
Look at this.
Deploying
It
security
hasn't even been
grid.
on that long.
Well, that's the patriarchy trying to keep
Not
women
long
weak.
now, my precious. You'll be safe in my arms soon.
Entry lock released.
And what do we have here? A secret materia vault, perhaps?
You are so amazing for not even questioning the cheese thing. Cheese is like my favorite food, so I'm not going to question it. And I'm hoping that you're not talking about a weird sex thing.
I don't want to know what the fuck a cheese thing would be with sex.
Employee identity confirmed. Access granted. Occupancy limited to 1 subject. Proceed to gate to begin training exercise.
Training? Really? Just give us what we came for already.
Might still be worth a shot. Could be something in it for us. Just be careful, okay?
Yeah, let's do it. No, why did I say yes? That was stupid. Now they're gonna tell me shit I already know. Oh, this doesn't look bad.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you like the cosplay. Thank you so much. And Silda, thank you for the bits. That's a bummer. I feel like people need to be respectful of, like, even if somebody has an open relationship, there's still boundaries with it, you know?
What's going on?
They're talking about romance stuff.
Oh, okay.
Within a friend group, and how it can kind of be complicated sometimes.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what's going on. I feel like I'm missing something.
Well, we've talked before. Oh, thank you for the bits, Insomnia Brigade. I'm melting of the hot here in Cali. Thanks for streaming. It's been a little bit cooler the past few days here, which is nice.
Speaking on what you were saying earlier on people like taking what you say.
Yeah.
That happened to me earlier this week, remember? And I was like,
yeah,
this asshole. And they're like, I have no choice but to unsubscribe. And I said, please do, because I don't owe you.
Honestly, I feel like if people get to the point where they're pulling that card, usually I'm like,
get out.
Please do.
Please do, because
usually it's after they've given you a really hard time about, like, stuff that is...
I said, hey, you're putting stuff on me that's not fair to me. And they're like, I'm gonna I was like, okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, I've already just told you what my boundary was.
Because I feel like usually when people have actual, like, constructive things to say to you, they say them, and then you can either fix it or not, you know? It's not like... Sweet.
Well, I almost tripled the target score. Hell yeah! Alright, cool. I don't know if that was... Give me this. Give me all this.
What? Oh, yeah. For those curious, I'm wearing my Tifa cosplay today. She did show up briefly earlier in this DLC, so we haven't seen her yet today.
So it's allowed.
But it's allowed, yes.
Alright, the elevator works now. Woo! We were very busy talking about ourselves. We actually don't know what's going on.
Yeah. And thank you, everyone. I really appreciate the positive words on the cosplay. It actually doesn't feel too bad, like, wearing the wig. So, I know sometimes, like, wigs get... The elevator only takes you to previous floors.
Ridiculous. I've gotten to the point, like, you know when you guys are being dicks to your favorite creator because you want them to pay attention to you? You know that, like, at the very most, they just have disdain for you, and then they will forget you again. Like
that one person who sent me that message which was like, it was...
That wasn't... Alright, I
That-
really hate saying this, but that was not within reality. That was not a reality-based
That
thing.
was the most out there thing I have ever read in terms of somebody taking something I said and holding onto it for
A year.
a full year, and then coming back to yell at me about it again for like this much.
They were
I
talking to you like they were your sibling or significant other.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, I tabled this, but now's the time for us to discuss this. Who the fuck are you?
We literally hadn't spoken in a year. That's the thing.
You didn't even know who
Actually,
they were.
I hadn't spoken to them in, aside from one comment.
That it was necessary for building
They-
a brighter future. What did she mean?
Well, you know how it is between Wu-Tai and
Sometimes
They hadn't
people-
spoken
We're
to
never
me in
gonna
2
see eye to
years.
eye, and we're bound
Did
to
you
come
like
up
try
against
and
each other
find
someday.
like
No, it was
What
very
we do,
easy.
The
like,
fact they worked with us might help both parties put their
what is
differences
this?
aside
Where am I going?
and avoid a conflict.
I just
That's
got
what I
thrown
got
down
anyway.
down to where I wanted to
Before you
not
got
be?
here, I
Okay.
did a little bit of recon. Found out what they want. Free elections, workers' rights.
Anyway, welcome
fair
to
distribution of
Weird
wealth.
Things People
They
Send
don't
Us
see the
Gossip.
world how we
Because
see
we
it.
don't respect your
And when you
privacy
look at
once
the
you do
world,
that. So
What is
it's
it that
over.
you see?
Almost bombed to dust.
the things that this person was saying were, like,
People pleading.
I don't know.
I usually try not to say this word, but it was
I'll never
unhinged.
forget.
Yes.
It literally, it did not.
There's really no other word for it because it was just so, like,
Oh, I need to go around the other side and do the same thing. Now I see what I did
yeah.
wrong.
And the setup for it was just so, like, I was like, the things that you're talking about, there's absolutely no way I could have known any of this.
And even if you did feel that way, why the fuck do I care?
Like, I don't know. I mean, because, like, the whole situation could have been avoided if they had just said at the moment, like, hey, that hurt my feelings. You know?
And even then, do you owe that to them? No.
Oh, come on! How could we have gotten so lost?
Easy now. Focus. Ah, I know. Spare the chow bean?
Sure.
Oh my god, we're gonna fart our way through.
Yes. Is he gonna chew it? And he.
Well,
All
'cause-
right, now she respects. This is the only man she respects.
Yeah.
You sound surprised.
Man, I'm glad you're here.
Likewise.
It really helps, knowing I'm not alone in all this.
Yeah. Same here.
They're both gonna have dental problems now. I know that she's a video game character and her pants will not fall down, but I'm so
yeah.
stressed out about it.
I think I found our way across.
Right. Shall we?
In like the next installment of the Final Fantasy VII series, can it just be like one moment where she goes, "Oh my god, my pants were unbuttoned this whole time," and then I don't have to be,
Buttons them?
and then buttons them, and I don't have to be, because it's like literally flopping, and it just makes me think her pants are gonna fall down.
Yeah. For those people who were asking, this was a viewer, so like, I mean, like, I'll often, like, you know, have conversations with people, but this was not somebody that I know by name or face.
Yeah, that's what makes it so scary.
Yes. And like, I think people sometimes forget that it's like, you know, we often don't know nearly as much about you as you know about us from watching
Another one
videos.
for the books.
So when you say things, it can kind of come off a little scary, you know?
A little too familiar. Not that we don't want familiarity and for you to feel comfortable. It's that sometimes, I'm pretty sure, like, if you're going, oh, is it me? Am I it's not you.
Yeah, if you're worried about it, it's usually not you.
Yeah, this level of action comes from a
Not
level
being
of
aware. Yeah.
no self-awareness that they would not even question to themselves if this is them because they think they're so in the right. But sometimes, like, there's people who really think that we're in a relationship and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's people who genuinely feel as if, like, it might just be due to, like, other things. But I'm like, oh, this is not real. See, this is why I'm saying Yuffie is a supervillain just waiting to happen. The
more I think about you saying this, you're jealous.
I'm not saying I'm jealous. I'm respectfully saying it.
No, I think you're... No, in a good way.
Oh.
I meant, like, you're, like, aspirational.
Yes, goals. Girl boss.
Those look more important than me.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Sweet baby, come to mama.
It's like I'm looking at this girl become a villain, you know?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Sildot's got goat cheese and hummus.
Ooh.
Bread and honey.
I need more light.
Delicious.
I like goat cheese and honey.
Yes.
I truly think that Yuffie, like, all it takes is just for that one lady to go, you want to be evil? She would say, absolutely, let's go.
Do you want to betray all your morals for a scrap of power? Absolutely.
Yes. It wouldn't even be like, she'd be like, thank you for recognizing my goals.
Yeah. And I want to be
yeah, look, come on.
And I want to be clear that I'm, like, 100% okay with talking to people all the time. I'm okay with that. It's like, trust me, 99.9% of people are great and fine and, like, have a healthy awareness of, like, boundaries and whatnot. This was a scary situation, and, like, unless you're sending me literally 6 phone screens full of text.
Level 3 power grid online.
This is not you.
I promise it's not.
I promise.
If you're sitting there going, is that me? It's not.
It's not.
Deploying security grid.
If you're sitting there going, I can't believe they're talking about me specifically that one time I talked to them about this serious situation she and I both had, it's you. That's you. If you're sitting there genuinely thinking, I can't believe my friends are talking shit about me on their stream, it's you. Because we're not friends and we don't even know you. Like, Yuffie, get on there.
Yeah. And, like, I enjoy, like, you know, it doesn't have the little things.
So we have to do something different. Okay.
Yeah, and, like, I enjoy talking to people because I find it really fun. And, you know, like I said, most people have
different this time?
I think we're supposed to go.
There's got to be something I can slap. Go back to following your dreams.
Oh yeah, Imp Emissary brought up how some people get it way into shipping real people too. Yes. Or just, like, you know, making up stuff about our personalities. That's always a fun one.
I think it's very strange.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's like they try to analyze you like you're a fictional character.
I hate that. I'm like, because I can tell that they're doing it. Welcome to complaining about people who bully us on the internet.
Also, I do want to clarify that, like, I think it is totally awesome to have, like, a comfort person that you watch that makes you feel safe and good. Like, I think that's okay. But
just remember boundaries.
Just remember boundaries and, like, that extra level of, you know, I mean, because most people don't do this, but it's like, you have to always remember that the relationship usually is, like, one-sided, you know?
I really am trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, one comment we always get is
back
like,
to the big chair room.
They sure are judgmental. But when they say, they're like, oh, they call it Max judgmental.
Go back to the big chair room.
Okay. They sure call Max judgmental, but they're judging her the whole time. It's like, because Max lives in a world where she exists within these characters. Max is not real to us. So it's not like we're being mean to a person. We're analyzing a character.
Yeah.
But Stacy and I, we might be on the same screen. You might see our face and then also see Yuffie's face. But Yuffie's not real. We are real.
That reminds me of, like, when people would also get, like, mad about like choices that you make in a video game, and I'm sitting there and I'm being like, okay, we murder people in video games all the time, and we clearly know that that's not what we're gonna do in real life, right?
I don't know. I am genuinely afraid of what will happen when society collapses. Like, I don't think I would trust you.
Quit holding out on us, Shinra. We're here for materia, not these dorks.
Look at these little Gundams. I love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, try and deny to me that you wouldn't try to eat me immediately.
You're mine,
What? Are you upset that I accused you of cannibalism?
Oh, I missed it. Oh. But no, that seems fine.
Yeah, because honestly, your argument of pro-cannibalism was way too readily thought out when it comes up, and I'm like, how much is she thinking about cannibalism? Like a lot. It seems like a lot.
You know, a lot more so over the past year.
Why? We've had food the whole time.
We've had food, but society? What's happening?
Stacey, we had food the whole time.
No.
Even when like there was a food shortage, we still managed to get food.
Okay, you remember how I make myself feel better? It's watching dystopian things and apocalypse things and watching videos about the cannibal plane disaster.
Okay, you know, Stacey, I'm really sorry to say this, but I feel like the people who get upset at you for the video game choices might have a point, because I am getting kind of scared right now. I'm a little afraid of you. I'm not actually afraid because I don't think the collapse of society is going to happen. However, I will be a little worried.
We live in a society.
So, have you found out what they want?
Yeah, well,
We
he
can't
needs
say
to.
for certain, as their behavior is erratic.
You know that guy
But
is
they
having
appear
the
to be searching
time
for
of his
material.
life. Yeah, he's so happy.
Excuse me? You mean to say that these savages have gone to all this trouble for materia?
So far as we can tell, yes.
How very dull. Be that as it may, I suppose I should talk to them.
Ma'am.
Enjoying yourselves, I trust? Awed by a simple hologram? How precious. But I know just what you need to loosen up a little. After such a long journey, you must be so tense. Luckily, I have toys for that. All far more entertaining than this.
What do you want?
Oh dear. Is that any way to talk to your host? Really, though. As guests, it's more about what you want, and I think you'll find it just up ahead. Hurry now. Don't keep me waiting.
So, boss, what are you thinking?
That we're walking into a trap, I guess. But it's nothing we can't handle, right?
I feel like
better myself.
I feel like being a footstool could be a desirable position.
I wonder if he gets paid.
As long as you're getting paid, it seems like it would be easier to do than a lot of jobs. And like, you just have one thing that you're responsible for.
Also, it's like you're horny for it.
Seems pretty simple. Okay, they're asking you if you think you're in danger of being eaten, to please let them know.
Not right now. No. But if society collapses, 100%. Stacey, of all my friends, I was like, oh, what would it take for you to, like, eat a brain? You brought, unprompted, I didn't even ask you. You just said, I'd rather eat human flesh than a lobster. And I was like, nobody asked. Nobody even brought up human flesh. You're just like, I hate lobsters so much. And I'm like, all it takes is the prospect of having to eat a lobster?
This is where we push every piece of ordnance to its limits, and beyond. Such tests are an invaluable part of the development process. Go on, see where the magic happens.
Commencing ordnance testing. Select ordnance type to deploy for this trial.
Blue shirt says Shinra soldier uniforms have knee pads. Now we know why.
Initiating ordnance deployment procedure.
What?
Shinra soldier uniforms have knee pads. Now we know why.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever eaten lobster. Conceptually, it just grosses me out.
Well, but we also know that you would prefer human flesh to lobster.
Well,
so,
yeah, that's like
Subjects
saying...
approaching test site. Test will begin momentarily.
Okay, I know nobody's gonna want to hear this, but it's like the difference between saying, like, would you rather eat a burger or a bug?
And you would rather eat a bug?
A burger.
Okay.
Lobster is bug, humans are burgers.
Well, what if you eat human food and find out it's disgusting? Alright, this is clearly immune and I have to... Dude.
Live, laugh, cheese.
Taste my fiery wrath. Got you now.
To be fair, Stacy's never eaten either of those things, right?
Right?
That's true.
Is it true? You know, you're welcome to, if I ever have a placenta,
No.
you can have my, no, oh, it's different?
It's
my,
different.
So you won't eat my flesh. Okay.
No.
No, I get it. I get it. You don't want to eat my, so you would rather eat human flesh, but not my flesh.
Well,
I
because
get it.
If you're thinking about it in terms of other animals, I wouldn't eat another animal's placenta.
Okay.
But I would eat its, like rump, roast,
On to the
or
next.
steak.
Analysis concluded. Continuing trial.
I am genuinely upset that you won't
Select
eat my
ordnance
placenta.
to deploy for this trial.
So you would rather eat a lobster than my placenta?
Initiating ordnance deployment
Ooh.
procedure.
Now we're getting to the tough questions.
Would you eat any placenta instead of a lobster? You better not say yes, because that means you're specifically rejecting my placenta.
Subjects approaching test site.
Don't reject my placenta.
Test will begin momentarily.
Whoa! Forever Shogo says it's not weird. Before it was gentrified, lobster was considered so foul. It was only ever given to prisoners, and making them eat lobster multiple days in a row was considered cruel and unusual punishment.
Yes!
That's super interesting.
I think I've told you this before, but a billion things to know in the world,
Yeah.
it's fine. But that's why I always say people only like lobster because you literally dip it in a bowl of butter.
Yes.
How are you seriously trying to tell me, people of the world, that
sea bugs,
that this is good, or is it just butter, or is it just the delivery platform to get butter into your mouth?
Yeah.
In the same way that bread is.
So to survive, Stacy, cosplay as a lobster or a placenta?
Come on.
Oh my god. Ah. I could not eat a cicada. I think it's hard for me to describe how much I don't like bugs or things that are bug-like. It I don't know whether I'd call it a fear. It genuinely makes me they gross me out so much.
So Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind would not be the movie for you.
So you remember The Mist, right?
Yeah.
Trial.
So The
Select
Mist
ordnance
is
type to deploy for this trial.
So The Mist is a Stephen King based movie where
lots of bug things.
This mysterious mist comes into towns and these people are trapped in a grocery store with glass windows and horrible monsters come out of the mist and
Selection confirmed.
Quite
Initiating
unpleasant.
ordnance deployment procedure.
Yeah. And it terrified me when I watched it, even though I don't think most people find it as scary as I did, but
Subjects approaching test site.
well, the true horror was not the monsters outside. It was the monsters inside. The other people. It literally took them 10 seconds to start a cult, And I was like, really? That long? It took you... I mean, I'm not surprised, but also kind of just like, oh, yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, Pushing Up Roses was actually asking about, like, scary movies that people enjoyed the other day. The two that I brought up were The Mist and The Descent.
Did you watch Apostle yet on Netflix?
Yeah, I watched it when it first came out.
I really like that movie.
Yeah, I watched it a very long time ago.
And also, you liked Ritual, didn't you? The Ritual?
Yeah, I
one.
think I told you about both of those, actually. I think. Or I told you when I watched them. Because I think I watched Apostle before you.
I believe you, I just don't remember.
Yeah, it's tough for me to remember which one.
I think I remember being like, watch this movie with me, and then you told me about Apostle.
How about bread with ground up crickets? I'd
eat that.
Initiating ordnance deployment procedure.
So, and here's the thing is, like, I can eat shrimp. I've been, like, branching out into shrimp a little bit.
Subjects approaching
I can eat shrimp, I just simply would prefer not to.
Like, there's also, like, I can have shrimp and, like, crab in sushi when it's, like, you're not, like, looking at the shrimp. You know what I mean?
For me personally, I just, alright, is this like a battle bot? How am I supposed to fight it? Like, what's going on?
All you have to do, I think, is turn it over, and then it can't get up again.
Alright.
That's what you do with battle bots, right? No,
yeah.
it's a joke.
Oh, yeah, because in battle bots, there would be this one that would always spin like this, and then there'd be like the counter battle bot that just was designed to flip it over.
Yes! They're like, oh yeah, all we gotta do is get the guy with the scoop and be like, what?
Taste my fiery breath.
What's the weirdest thing you guys have eaten? I'm not sure, because I don't really go out of my way to eat a lot of weird foods. Like, I'll eat them if they're given to me, but it's not something that I've, like...
I think it depends, because you live in a city, so what you would consider a weird food would be something different to somebody else.
Honestly, the only thing I can think of that's kind of, like, different would be, like, escargot.
I don't like snails. But here's the thing, you live in a city, so like what you consider to be like unusual or weird might be different than somebody who lives in a place with less access to like tons of different restaurants. Mm-hmm. Not to be like, let's think about everything, but...
Oh, I've had haggis.
But I just wanted to give you credit for having a broader palate than you were giving yourself credit for.
I guess like when I think... Usually when I think like weird foods, the first thing that comes to mind is like meat products or like animal products that we maybe don't typically eat on a daily basis. So like, and those I haven't had a lot of, I don't think.
Dance of Dragons, dude. Fucking be a nerd right now.
Woo! Oh, cool.
Can't fault him for trying.
Alright, sorry, what were you saying?
Concluded. Beginning final test.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying I usually think that it's going to be like some sort of like animal or like meat product when I think of like weird foods.
Selection confirmed. Initiating ordnance deployment procedure.
I definitely like squid and octopus a lot.
I went on a walk to get this food. I can't even remember the name of the place now, but it makes wings and this other thing that I don't want to pronounce because I can't quite remember it. I walked in and I was like, I know this food's gonna be good, and the reason why is because it kind of smells weird in here, and the staff is very rude, and yet there's still a line.
Yeah.
They're still following COVID rules too, so they were like, I don't know, it's half an hour wait, you just sit over there. And I was like, damn, this food must be awesome.
Yeah.
Because like there's no indoor, they didn't have it, you just like pick it up and like leave.
Yeah, there was this one breakfast place I used to go to that their food was so good that they would typically have an hour and a half wait. They didn't take reservations. And so you just had to stand there for an hour and a half before breakfast.
So you mean every brunch place in Chicago? Is that what you're talking about?
No, because a lot of the other ones, it's like half an hour, 45 minutes. This was an hour and a half. It was crazy.
There's a brunch place in Chicago called Tweet. They only take cash
It's
and they
not
don't
that
take...
good.
It's pretty good, but it's not like the amount of effort they expect you to put in. Good.
It just seemed like regular breakfast to me, you know, when I went there. But
when I go out to brunch, I just live to get Eggs Benedict because that's like the one breakfast thing I can't make for myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, but that would take, what, 3 hours?
Yeah. So this place that had the hour and a half long wait, they had a French toast flight, and every single piece was a different type of French toast, and they all had different types of infused butter. So like a crazy amount of prep work, because it's like 5 different types of French toast with all these different flavors, and each one of them has like a matching butter to go on it. And like that's the type of thing where it's like, come on, I feel great about ordering that because I'm definitely not going to put in that much work for myself.
Oh yeah, now you're in for it. Take that. So what you think? Aren't I just awesome?
My, how impressive. Seems I may have underestimated how resilient you ninjas can be.
May have? How about did, you old hag?
You woo giants, so feisty. But let's see how you fare against what I have in store for you next. It's quite the treat, I assure you. Only the best for our honored guests, after all. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, do you remember how I have that glass pitcher for like water and like you can make infused water with it? I totally didn't realize it has a strainer so you can make cold brew iced tea or coffee.
I thought you knew that.
No, it just had, I only saw the plastic one so you could put fruit in it but not like ground up stuff. So I found the other thing.
Congrats, you're gonna have all the iced cold brew coffee you want.
Yeah, because like the one...
Commencing ordnance testing.
The one that I had
Please
in it
proceed to
initially,
platform.
the holes are too big to put tea in it. But I found the other one like in the back of a cabinet. So I made cold brew peach iced tea.
Select ordnance type to deploy for this trial.
And it was...
This better not be like an optional thing that we're doing. No, we have to go on to the next section to get through.
Yeah. But yeah, cold brew peach iced tea, incredibly delicious. However, I have to get like some sort of opaque cup to put it in because it looks like really bad pee.
Oh, for half a second
I forgot I was talking about the tea.
Yeah, I was like,
no. This is optional. You don't have to redo the ordnance tests.
I don't have to redo it. Can I leave?
I think that's what they're saying. Or did we go up? Are we doing new tests now, or what is the...
I think I'm stuck. I think we have to do it now.
Selection confirmed. Initiating ordnance deployment procedure.
I think like once I said yes, we're locked in. My bad, everybody. Now we get to talk about ourselves again. Ha ha ha!
But yeah, I had always been thinking to myself, like, how do I make a big batch of like cold brew iced tea?
Test will begin momentarily.
Okay, continue.
Was very excited to find the other thingamabob. I haven't made cold brew coffee yet, though. Boyaki says, okay, I'm starting to understand, Mari. I still can't get over the cannibalism thing. The stream goes on. Discussion has evolved, but my brain is locked on the subject.
Of why are you talking to me? Stacy's the one who wants to eat
they're
people.
saying they understand you.
Oh.
That you're having a hard time getting past it because it's so traumatizing.
Well, Stacy, you just voluntarily, like, it's your threshold for considering cannibalism. It's not even low. It's just already an option to you.
I didn't say that I would kill someone just to eat them.
All right, can you promise me you've never thought about how you would kill people to eat them in the apocalypse?
Not to eat them, no. I've thought about how I would kill people, but that's different. Everybody's thought about that before.
Okay, you are normal for thinking about it, and I promise you that other people think about it as a way to, like, you know, fantasize about being in control. But I don't. But that doesn't mean you're wrong. It means that you found a healthy coping mechanism for your frustrations.
They're saying that's not reassuring.
Everybody thinks about stealing their friend's placenta, okay? It's normal, says Neon Vampire.
Okay.
I don't think you're wrong or weird for fantasizing about killing people.
No. Okay, and I should clarify that usually it comes from a self-defense perspective. Usually it comes from...
So you can justifiably kill someone without feeling bad.
No, I think it's like... I have a lot of dreams where I'm put in a position where I don't have a power or control, and the only way out is to kill someone. Mm-hmm. So I have thought about that situation a lot. Like, if it came down to it, like, what would I do?
You would kill them and eat them.
I would kill them.
And eat them.
And, yeah, you know.
I feel like you're just, like, one small...
Dancing around the subject.
It's kind of like Hannibal Lecter. Like, dude, what is your reasoning for wanting to eat people? You're rich. You have everything you could ever want. You're not hungry. I know that. You just want to eat people.
Yeah, ironically, I don't really think about killing people as a revenge thing. It's like...
She just wants to. Respect her desire to kill people.
Yeah.
Stacy just wants to kill people, and eat people, but for some reason won't eat her best friend's placenta. That's where I
get offended.
That's where I get upset. Where it's like, yeah, I'll think about murdering everybody and eating people, but oh, my placenta? Not good enough for you?
Not good enough.
Fucking rude.
Like, I mean, especially, there have been, like, not anytime recently, but there have been, like, a couple situations where I had somebody, like, come up to me on the street and whatever.
And try and eat your flesh? What does this have to do?
So after that, I started thinking a lot more about, like, if something happened, like, how would I respond?
Oh.
You know? Like, it's like all of a sudden it just puts this... Not even just, like, they weren't just talking to me, like, they actually, like, you remember that
being
guy...
fucking weird, yeah.
That guy that grabbed onto me and stuff, and, like... So it's like, after that happens to you, there's a bunch of different responses that people can have to it, but for me, it just started to make me think, like, okay... You know, if it came down to brass tacks and I actually felt like the only way out was to do something, I don't know. Fake self-defense scenarios, thank you.
Yeah, no, people do that.
Yeah.
That's normal. What I find frustrating is, you know, you live in the city. You're going to see penises out and about that you don't want to see. Yep. It's just a fact of life. I hate seeing them. I hate seeing penises on the street. That is my least favorite part of living in the city.
Oh my God.
And it bothers me that people tell me, like, are you really going to see a dick? Sir, I have seen so many penises. I don't want to see any more. And I don't care if you don't believe me. Guys, I've seen them.
I don't understand how people can, like, not...
Because they live in, like, suburbs or not big cities where, like, that just doesn't happen.
I've had friends be on the train and had someone, like, masturbate on them. Okay? It definitely happens. And
all the time.
It's gross.
It happens all the time. And it makes me so upset that people are like, why are you being so, like, because as a joke, I'll be like, yeah, I don't want to see any dicks today. And so, like, you're not going to see any dicks, Marin. Like, I probably would, actually. The chances are, like, 5% a day. Like, when you go outside, you have a 5% chance of seeing a dick that day.
Physics Wow says, every time I'm on the bus, there's always one dick out and about. Yeah. Like, do you take public transportation? Do you, like, walk around?
Are you outside? Well.
This is a Blue Line train to O'Hare. Masturbating is strictly prohibited on all CTA trains.
And then someone goes, how much does that really happen? And you're like, I'm sorry that, like, no one wants to jack off on you, but, like, you know, it's happening.
Yeah.
I'll tell people, be like, yeah, one time this guy came up to me and tried to give me money for pictures of my feet, and they're like, no, it didn't. And I'm like,
I was there.
No, wait. I told you about it, but you were not there.
I was. He stopped you, and you were 10 steps behind me, and I asked you what he said to you. Or
that might be a different time.
Maybe
that might have been a different foot picture incident. But the one I'm talking about, I was with AJ and another dog in my car. I was getting out of the grocery store.
Oh.
This might have been someone else who had their feet harassed.
No, I remember because it was when we were living in the South Loop.
This was when we were not living in the South Loop.
Oh, okay.
I was living there, but you were moving somewhere else, and I had a different roommate.
Yeah,
But this could have also been another instance of foot pictures.
I remember it very specifically because we went to the grocery store together because you had a car. And we walked out of the grocery store, and the guy stopped you in the parking lot and talked to you, and I had already walked past you.
It might have been another instance of something else happening.
Yeah.
I've had people like hold my hand on the CTA, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, I don't know how to react. So I'm like, guess we're holding hands now.
Yeah. So yeah, you can now say it's happened to you twice, because I was there for at least one of them.
It might have been a different, because I remember specifically this man, because he was saying all kinds of weird shit, and then I had to tell security to, like, ban him, because I was like, wait, what the fuck? Yeah. And he got to this point, I was at my car, trying to close my door, and he was going, please, please! And I was like, what the I'm closing the door now. AJ was going crazy.
Yeah.
Being like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because when I was there, it was like he just said something to you. He offered you like $20, and then we just like, you just walked over to me and we just left.
See, I don't even remember this one.
Yeah.
I remember a different one, but this guy followed me to my car and was like, hey, can I get pictures of your feet? I was like, no. And he's like, I'll give you $5. I was like, no. He's like, and he kept offering me more and more money. And I was like trying to close the door. And then AJ was going crazy. Anyway, moral of the story is you should always listen to your dog. If your dog doesn't like someone, it's for a reason.
You know, it's like, it's always so weird to me. I mean, I guess I get it because I know that part of it is like the... I don't know.
Continue what?
Like that part of it is like it's not just about like a hitting on someone or whatever.
It's to demean them.
Yeah. But I always just get so pissed because it's like, you know, if you're the type of person who wants feet pics or you want this or you want that, there's like so many ways to get your stuff, your kink worked out on the internet, either for free or by paying someone that actually like is excited to do it for you.
Well, the genuine answer is that it's not a kink, and that sometimes I feel frustrated when people are like, you know, people who are, you know, charged with sexual assault and stuff. They're like, oh well, you know, it's a sexuality. It's not that. It is not that. In the same way that being an arsonist is not like a sexuality. It's just one way of being a bad person. Like there's a very different thing between like having a sexuality between consenting adults and just wanting to hurt other people and using this as the weapon.
Well, yeah, that's why I kind of started with that it's not really about the feet pics.
No, I was adding on. I wasn't disagreeing. I was adding on to it.
Okay, so now we say that we can leave, right?
Yes, let's get out of here. Just go.
Run! But yeah, it's the same thing, you know, when you get into like, oh, I'll let this play out.
That thing can't be operational, can it?
We better hope not, boss.
At long last, Wu Tai's finest deigned to join us. You've performed admirably.
Quit acting all superior. We both know you're afraid of us.
Is that so? Well, maybe I am.
You should know there's more where we came from. Lots more. And you'll never see them coming. Just imagine a whole clan of ninjas landing on your doorstep.
Oh my! We must do something right away.
Well, you can't.
Don't say that. Won't you at least give us a chance?
Hell yes.
Yes. Yeah, I know Yuffie's just like,
Allow
wait.
me to present.
Is this what you
the
get when you're
latest
evil?
innovation in shield armor. Designed by yours truly. This'll be a memory to cherish for the rest of your lives. All 30 seconds of them.
I'm sure that guy didn't really want
But not for
foot
much
pics.
longer, eh, boss?
He probably. Oops. Alright. He
Well-
probably just wanted to make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and
Like-
that's, yeah.
That's why it frustrates me the most, because there are men who on the street just genuinely want to say a nice thing. They exist. And I want to validate that, because I feel like a lot of men, when they hear women complain, they're like, oh, but I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah, like I just wanted to, like, actually give you a compliment, and, like...
And men do give me genuinely nice compliments on the street, because they're being nice and respectful. What we're talking about, and even then, like, sometimes people don't like that, and that's fine, but what we're talking about is men who intentionally say degrading sexual things in order to make you feel scared, because they don't want you to feel comfortable and happy, because they find it intimidating. Yes, no? I think I come on to something here.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's kind of like some people spend a lot of time thinking about, like, you know, I don't understand why they would do that. Like, how many times does it actually work? The point is not to...
Yeah, it's not to actually seduce me.
It's not, you know, like, most likely if somebody's yelling stuff at you from the window of a car, they're not actually thinking that you're going to come over there and go on a date with them.
They want to make you look stupid in front of their friends.
Yeah, or they want to, like, they just want to feel powerful, you know?
They see, like, honestly, in my opinion, sometimes some men, not all men, what were we talking about? Not all men, please don't cry.
Here we do.
Yeah, don't cry, men,
Here we
please,
go.
it's gonna be okay. Don't cry, you're okay. But some men, they see a woman walking down the street, and they might not feel good about their own lives. They might be like, well, I can't find any dates, and no girls will go out with me, and she seems so happy, and she's the type of woman I would want to be with, but she's preemptively rejected me in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demean her, because I already feel hurt by her walking down the street being happy and confident when I'm feeling insecure and like I can't find somebody who cares about me.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if they are with somebody, it's just like I'm feeling insecure about my place in the world, and she's walking down the street smiling, and that upsets me because why does she get to smile and I don't? So I'm gonna hurt her.
Oh, we can summon.
Fuck yes! All right. Whew. Thank you for pointing that out. That is key.
Chat pointed it out. Thank you.
Thank you. Like, that's the best part of the... I don't really understand what it is that makes summoning possible, but I'm so excited when it happens.
Whoa.
Should I wait?
Well, let's just, yeah.
I want to wait for the big... No, don't die yet. All right, she's charging up. That's good.
Oh, I will, my dear. But I rather suspect you'll wish that I had.
Oh. Ah!
That's a long range.
Also, just want to quickly clarify that, like, people liking feet is not the weird part of that story.
Yeah, that's not.
I don't want anybody to misinterpret and think we're like, oh my god.
We're pro feet.
They
We're
like,
pro feet
We're
fetish.
definitely pro foot. That's not the issue. The issue is rarely it's that you shouldn't walk up to a woman in the grocery store parking
Look,
lot.
wow, yeah. Sorry, I just.
Whoa. Ah! Feet, 8 out of 10 method of transportation.
Low cost.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm. Take good care of them.
You know, I didn't realize that the reason I was having a bunch of pain in my foot is because basically I had plantar fasciitis or whatever the fuck it's called. And so I just massaged out a knot on the bottom of my foot, and suddenly the pain in my shoulder went away, and I was like, I don't know how this works, but the world needs to know that if you massage your foot, your shoulder pain will go away somehow.
Well, don't we have kind of like things are connected, you know, right? Like nervous system?
I mean, it makes sense in terms of like how it's all connected, but at the same time, it's like
seems mysterious.
Yeah. This is magic somehow.
Hold on. Mule4242 says, so you're drawing a distinction between perverts and pervy gentlemen.
Yes.
I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Yeah, I hate that these men who use fetishes to scare women on the street are bringing... Oh.
Yeah.
Should have known those actuators weren't up to the task. Time for an overhaul.
Hello?
Hmm?
My. How the tables have turned.
I like that the first thing she thought of was like, how do I improve
yourself,
this?
little savage?
What are you doing?
Oh! She's gonna blow us up with her thigh. I don't know. What, is she gonna kill herself? What's happening?
What?
Oh, look who's here. Uh-oh.
Oh, wait.
Wait. I don't think that's Sephiroth.
Who's this?
They have sexy tentacles. First...
What?
What? Oh, is that Cerberus? I mean, what's his name? Vincent?
Well.
Is that Vincent?
Wait.
This
Nero.
is a surprise.
Wait,
To
who
what
is
do
this?
I owe the pleasure?
It's kind of sexy.
These idiots want to digitally replicate me, so I'm indulging them.
Is this
Ooh,
Kingdom
I'll say.
Hearts? What's happening?
Transporting.
Thank you for the bits, Blue Shirt 616.
These characters are from Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus.
Ah, this is giving me major Final Kingdom Hearts vibes, where it's just like, now we're off the rails.
Everything is Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Oh, for like Noctis is gonna show up.
What?
No,
That's our boy.
our little baby. He didn't do anything wrong. Don't worry.
When will Shinra learn? There is no replicating you.
This is sexy.
They ought to know better.
Looking forward to this.
Is this like is Wes a clone of
Weiss?
It has been too long since my last hunt.
Wait, what? Is Weiss like a clone of Sephiroth?
What'd you do? Tell us!
Is this how it's done in Wutai? You just howl until you get what you want?
Yes.
That's enough, Sonon. I got this. All right, lady, out with it. Tell us where you're hiding the new materia. Don't play dumb now. We know you've been cooking up something super powerful.
Well, well. Wutai must have some highly skilled intelligence operatives. That, or we have a mole in our midst.
I'll check on it.
All right, but make it quick.
You are correct that we're in the process of creating an exquisite new materia. However, it is far from complete.
Yeah, right. You must think I'm stupid.
Would I lie to you?
Yes.
Regrettable though it is, other plans have been deemed a higher priority.
What other plans?
Well, just between you and me, my colleagues and I are going to drop plate number 7 on the slums. And then we're going to blame it on Avalanche and Wutai.
I don't get it. You're gonna drop a plate? And?
People will die, Yuffie, just in case you forgot.
Oh dear.
And
I
so
think
what?
a friend might have run into trouble. Aren't you going to save him? Quickly now.
She should just kill her and then go.
Scarlet is so hot.
I know.
Like, oh my god.
She's sexy, but also kind of like a racist. You're like,
yeah. Listen, this is what we talked about. Okay.
Yeah, she's not real.
Not real.
I'm only going to think about the sexy parts.
Only thinking about the sexy part, so it's
What
all
are you
good.
waiting for? Better hurry.
She's also a mass murderer. It's okay.
Just like the queen
It's
from
fine.
Once Upon a Time, where you go, you're sexy, but you did make that person do that thing, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
But you're so sexy. You couldn't kill 3 guys?
There you are.
Who are these assholes?
No clue. It just appeared.
I hate to be the bearer of bad
They
news,
look like
but
Tron boys.
Just hit me with it.
there is no ultimate materia. Not yet. She said it's still in the works. And she mentioned something else. They're gonna drop plate number 7.
They're gonna do what?
They're gonna drop plate number 7 on the slums. Apparently.
That's the whole upper part of the sector.
Wait. So GJ was being serious?
This is bad.
Let's go.
Right behind you. You may not have the materials, but you do have good intel.
Scarlet is
Can't
definitely
afford to
the
let it
type
die
of
with
person though where
I don't know how to initiate that cool move. Just saying. What are you saying?
Scarlet is definitely the type of person though where I'm like, they're so hot, but if I was actually around them in real life, like no way.
No way.
Not even just even just her appearance, because I would be way too intimidated to even try.
Because she's taller than you?
I don't think she is. No.
I think she is. I think she's so taller than you.
She's just really hot. I can't.
Stacy's getting upset.
I'm upset.
With the power of his providence.
Yeah, as Imp Emissary is pointing out, I don't think Yuffie knew what Scarlet meant when Scarlet said they were going to drop the plate, because she didn't have much of a reaction, but then like when Sonon told her what that was, she was like, wait.
I like to think she just truly is just waiting for her chance to be evil. So she's like, and what? What does that do? What's the end goal of that? I really truly I'm like, no, she's just waiting.
Boyaki says, I bet that Scarlet would eat Mari's placenta.
Yeah, I bet she would.
Trying to bait me.
I bet she's taller than you and would eat my placenta.
Okay.
What are you doing? Are you looking up?
I'm gonna see if I can find out how tall she is.
I bet she's 6'1". When they have those BDSM goddesses in video games, they're always like 1,000,000 feet tall.
I need to know if they...
Opening doors. Set it up.
I like how they're literally stopping bullets like Jedi at this point. They're literally Jedi mind tricking the bullets.
Is it over?
Somehow, I seriously doubt it.
Combat simulator prototype.
Oh, man, I so don't want to go back out there. But I don't think we've got a choice.
What? Are you did you find out?
No. I'm just laughing because, like, I'm laughing at myself because this is one of those things where I'm like, I need to know. She's really 6'4"?
She's taller than you.
Way taller. Oh, thank you for the bits. So that honestly, Scarlett has such cool nails and nail polish, and I don't even need the lady to use anything else on me. I'm already in love and scared. Don't know if that includes heels. If it, yeah, because if, yeah, that's a good question. Because I know that I'm taller than Cloud and Tifa. Oh yeah, it says Scarlett is 6'4". But I wonder where this came from, because this is...
Are you're refusing to acknowledge it?
No, because it's like I'm only finding it on like a little message board post. She's also apparently 40 years old.
Good for her.
Did you know, fun fact, I'm going to be 35 this year?
Nice. Good job.
Yeah.
You lived.
Well, I know, because I feel like people are always like, oh my god, they're 40. And I'm like, guys, I'm not that far away from 40. You know that, right?
Some people who are 40 don't look what people... I think the beauty industry thrives off of telling people that once you're past 30, you're disgusting. Like,
I would honestly put it even lower at like 25.
Yeah. There's some people who do buy into that. You don't have to be friends or date those people.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
there's some people who really believe that shit, but you actually don't have to be friends with them or interact with them at all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. I genuinely thought that I would look a lot different by now. Like, when I was younger, thinking about, like, what I don't know. I thought that there would be a way bigger difference, but, I mean, I still feel, like, a lot older, but I don't know. It's also because it's, like, when you watch, like, TV shows and stuff, like, not only are people celebrities, so they have access to a lot of stuff to make them look like absolutely fantastic, but nobody is ever cast for the same age, you know? Like,
oh yeah, because they'll be like, Jennifer Lawrence playing a 40-year-old, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
she's 25 right now. Again, just clarifying. I think, there's definitely going to be people on the world who's like, if you live in reality, yes, people are like, their women's value just goes to trash once you pass 25. Men and women out there really, truly believe that. But also at the same time, there's people out there who don't. And you actually don't have to be friends or hang out with or even date anybody who thinks that. So
who buys into it.
Who buys into it. Because actually there's a ton of people who think that's, like, not real. So, and then the people who really think that's real.
Stupid. No good. Door won't budge.
Meaning we're trapped.
Damn, that PS5 is so quiet.
I know,
what
right?
The fuck?
It's awesome. It's because, like,
it's silent.
It's not chugging to survive anymore. But there are people who have, like, revolved their entire identity and lives around those ideals of, like, being attractive, being whatever is the most important thing.
I want them to suffer.
So when you question it, they're going to get upset. But just remember, that's their problem, not yours.
Yeah.
They put themselves in that prison.
Well, I feel like society puts us in the prison, and it's
The
hard to
rest
break out of it for
I
some
leave to
people.
you.
Know?
Some people openly choose it because they know how to game the world with those rules.
Yeah.
But just remember, if someone's like that, just don't interact with them. Just ignore them. Don't let them bring you down. Okay, so this guy has cool powers. You do have to pay $20 for INTERgrade on PS5, but you don't have to buy the base game again. I can't tell if this is like sexy BDSM or not. I don't know.
Ooh.
I want to play a game version of Adventure.
Level set.
Yes! Oh my god.
And I just want to hear everyone say
They
geostigma.
figure we need a challenge. Meaning we're in for a
We
world
watched
of
that
hurt.
not too long ago. It holds up in my opinion.
Makes no sense.
Makes no sense still. It holds up. It still doesn't make sense.
We watched the extended version. Still not a fucking clue. What? All we know is that geostigma. Then we had to like go online and like read. We had to read like what different things meant.
I still love it though.
Because at the end, it's like, it starts raining and all the kids come, and then someone had to explain, oh yeah, Aerith is part of the rain, so she made the rain, like, speak to the children via, a rain telephone. You're like, wait, what? Wait, how did you get that? How did you put that together? And they're like, I don't know, that's what the people who made the movies did. I'm like, they did not explain that at all. But that's what I like about it. It's like when you're watching something, and it just, there's no sense to it. There's something about it where it's like, you can't even think. There's nothing to think about.
Yeah. You know what? Just to like revisit this point a tiny bit, I wish that younger me, like if I could go back and tell myself something, I genuinely probably wouldn't believe anything you told me about mental health or any of that stuff because I was just in a very bad place.
Oh,
and
yeah.
wouldn't have listened. But I do feel like I would have loved to see that I would get older and still have colorful hair, like still dress the way I like, all that, because
There's gotta be a projection mechanism around here somewhere. If we can just find it.
because so many people always said like, oh, it's a phase, like she'll get over it, like you'll essentially like wanted me to just like be a settle down and be a boring person, in my opinion, you know, like, oh, like you need to just like grow up and like start wearing khakis and sweaters all the time and like whatever. And it's like, once I finally figured out that I could actually just choose to not do that and just be myself, I don't know, it made me feel a lot better about getting older, you know?
Getting older means doing whatever you want.
It really does. It means that, you know, in a lot of ways, like you've earned the ability to like do a lot of the things that you couldn't do when you had less power, money, whatever, or agency over your own life.
So I just want to point out that that Final Fantasy lives in a universe where, you know what, I want to summon this. I don't care if it's almost already dead. Yes, it's cool. What was I talking about?
Final Fantasy exists in a universe.
Oh, exists in a universe where they can literally have hollow projections with physical forms to fight, and yet they still have soldiers when it's not even necessary?
Maybe it's expensive, prohibitively expensive for most people.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, just look at the disparity on Earth.
No. I think it's realistic that they wouldn't, but you have to think, wow, they have the technology to really make soldiers so people don't have to fight, but because it costs too much, they still let people fight.
No, I actually, I think it's more because the military system is about keeping the people under control.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Even if it wasn't too expensive, I think that they would still put people into the military because that's how you keep the lower classes down.
Not to interrupt you, but I did just turn into a frog for a second, and that was cool to me. Oh, he's really gonna fucking go for it now.
Oh my god!
Whoa, holy shit. Hold on, go. Yeah?
No, I just remembered a whole book series that I read that was literally about that, where the two factions were in a war that they purposefully, no side ever won, because they wanted to kill the lower classes to prevent them from rising up.
I think that was also. I think I've heard. That concept was in several books I've read.
I think it was Red Queen.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to say that because I was like, I think that was Red Queen.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh, whoops! I guess that's spoilers for the series. I'm very sorry.
I mean, they kind of set all of that up within the first few chapters, where it's like, this is the world, and like everybody's constantly at war all the time. Mm-hmm. Blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, so it's like a war to keep the poor people dying so that they don't have enough energy to fight back.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially.
But yeah, because I was like, wait a second, like, that's why it sounds so familiar to me because of that series.
But they didn't have hollow warriors. But
no.
Who could have done this? We were gonna kill them, and now someone else killed them.
No, but they did like make up. There was actually like no reason for the war at all. They literally just
throw people at each other.
Yeah. There was actually no reason for the conflict aside from killing people.
I think they had one originally, and then they were like, you know what? Let's just keep going with it. I can't remember the details because by the final book, I was so annoyed that they were making me read chapters about the boy that I didn't care about.
It's time. Initiate the Tviet field test. Sir.
Like, I think they were trying to make like an argument like why this guy and the girl should be together, but everything he said, I was like, she's right. She should leave him. This guy sucks. Like, I thought he was okay, but now that I'm in his head, he's terrible. Bro, what are you doing? So they let him out to fight, but they couldn't, like, take off all his BDSM gear? Or is that voluntary? Is that just how he dresses up?
There are no teams in Deep Ground.
Deep Ground?
The place where my brother and I like to play.
Now mind moving aside.
I don't think he has to wear that.
Take a different tack.
Well, can't blame a girl for trying.
Now, let the games begin.
This is Final Fantasy. Nobody ever has to wear anything. It's all voluntary.
Like, you think at first, oh my god, why did they make him, like, wear a straitjacket? But now he's out, he can move things with his brain, and you're like, oh, he could take that off if he wanted to. Like, if he wanted to, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Woo! I have not read, is Death Troopers, that book that somebody was mentioning. I have not read that.
Oh, is he doing that thing where it's like, impressive?
Impressive.
I'm impressed. I don't give a shit if you're impressed. It's the same energy as, oh, you're pretty smart for a woman. What? We're on a dating app. Why would I want to have sex with you after you said that to me?
Come on out.
I feel like I've had, like, I mean, obviously there's always, like, some negative experiences, but, like, compared to the stories I hear, I feel like I've had comparatively freakishly good luck on dating apps.
Abnormal readings detected. The control program's been compromised. Containment protocol.
I think it's because you're too scary.
Oh.
Not in a bad way. In a, like, a... I think the men who are out to find people to gaslight see you and they're like, oh, she's 5'10", she'll just kick me in my face.
Yeah,
You are intimidating looking.
Dare you stand in my way?
Thank you.
Yeah, I meant that in the best possible way. Because it's like, I think the men who are going on to... Men and women, sorry. Oh, he's just killing people.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh. See? The straight jacket's off now.
Ew, what? Hey, sir. This ain't Final Fantasy.
Question. if you could pick only one for an animal themed hoodie, frog, panda, kitty, or squirrel for a boy. Froggy boy, panda boy, kitty boy, squirrel boy.
As a boyfriend or just a boy that exists?
Just a boy that exists.
Panda boy.
I think...
Because he's just sleep. He'd be a gamer.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's true. I'm right.
It's true. I really love... Oh. We really are in Kingdom Hearts, aren't we?
Yep.
Great. Let's get out of here.
They're like, never mind.
Sora!
This is where you die. Over here.
Remember when Donald Duck was revealed to be the most powerful mage in the Final Fantasy universe?
And he still wouldn't heal you?
Yeah.
Donald! Do you remember it was just screaming at him that whole Let's Play?
And then he died and I was really upset. And then as soon as he came back, I went back to yelling at him. Uh-oh. He's about to do a dramatic move.
True beauty of darkness.
Whoa.
Yes, darkness courses through me. Let us bring this to a close.
I'm like genuinely enjoying these visuals right now.
Oh, yeah.
This is cool. Also, because pink and purple are my favorite colors, so I'm like, wow, we should date.
I love that, you know.
He's prison emo hot. That is so true. Pololo? Yeah, I think also like his wings are giving me, and the purple is giving me Kerrigan vibes.
Yes, I must know more of this feeling of pain, of death.
Okay, yeah, I see it now.
You see the appeal.
I see it. He's like caressing his body. I'm like, wait, okay. He gives sexy Cenobite energy. You watch that movie and they're like, I'm gonna tell you unknown pleasures, and you're like, okay,
you
wait,
are?
no, I know it's gonna be bad, but you phrase it like.
Don't want to spoil the moment, but we should probably get going.
But I'm so tired.
I could carry you.
You win.
Ew, don't touch me.
Aha!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Bro, you think about this a lot. You need to go to therapy. She's not your little sister, bro.
Is he gonna...
Don't die! Oh. Okay.
Hey, what do you think you're...
Oh.
Sonon?
Oh no!
It's just the shoulder. He'll be fine. Don't touch him creepily. do that. That's not allowed.
Yuffie, you gotta keep going. For us.
Okay, this is a long conversation.
I feel like this isn't about me, says Yuffie. How dare you introduce this himbo character and then kill him? Oh gosh. I really like the delivery of this. It doesn't feel over the top. You hear the pain in her voice.
Oh.
I like that. I really understood the impact of that moment. Oops. They're going back to the live stream together. Suicide nuts, yay!
Oh.
Too weak to crunch. You know, tier technology has really come a long way. Well, now he gets to die doing the thing he wanted to do before, which was save somebody by dying.
Blue Shirt says the saddest part is because of how Nero kills them, he actually won't go back to the live stream.
Are you for real? Why would you You shouldn't have told me.
This is what, I guess that would be why he's saying goodbye now, and then he'll just...
Where's he going? Where does he go? Where does his soul go? Do we get it back? I bet if we kill Nero, we can get his life back and put it back in his body. I'm sure of it.
Oh no.
Because he's not going to the live stream, which means it's fine.
Nero absorbs them.
Okay, so if we kill Nero, we'll be fine. If we kill Nero, we can get him back. No, he's not dead. This is Final Fantasy rules. He'll be back. It's fine. Dude, don't touch him with your weird tribal tattoo. Dude, is he gonna get Norded like in Final Fantasy?
Norded.
I feel like there's like 8 Sephiroths in Final Fantasy 7, and then like everybody starts possessing each other. Thank you for the bit, Salt Rose. Thank you very much.
Rose.
You could have run around them. I don't know.
No.
You asshole! I'm not a kid! I'm not your sister!
Oh. He's heartless now.
Remember when Baymax was a heartless?
Yeah.
And then you find out the version of him there's like...
This is just wrong.
Yuffie actually sees the devastation.
Oh my god.
Dude, this is her turning point from a villain to a hero. You know how it's like heroes turn into villains?
Yeah.
She's like, no wait, being a villain is bad! I just learned this! I do like her delivery of the sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. It made me feel the impact.
I like that they actually have her like really...
Like emoting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not just like pretty girl like...
Yeah, or just the... She's just dissociated for the last 6 months, and she's like, wait, where am I? Yep, she just came back to reality.
Don't think I can do this alone. The amazing Yuffie wants you. Join her team and the sky's the limit.
Aww. Damn.
That was it? Why'd you do that to me, bro?
Wow.
So when we kill Nero,
Very
he's coming
good,
back.
very good performances from the cast, by
yeah.
the way.
Yeah,
Very good. Very good.
I was joking around, but the Yuffie and what's his name? Sonon. Are very believable and emotionally impactful moments, in my opinion. It's you, Stacy. Someone give that cat some food.
Hey, Barrett. Were you really walking the whole way?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's me. Can we get an Uber?
Home's still pretty far, though, isn't it?
Another full day, give or take.
Are we gonna get a car?
Question. When my mom says a full day, she means from the time you get up in the morning till the time you
All
go
the
to
girls
bed.
are like,
this is yeah.
But for me, it means from the time you get up in the morning all the way through till the time you get up the next morning. So, which is it for you?
Yeah, this is her passive
Gotta go with
aggressively saying.
Elmira on that.
What does that really mean?
That's a relief.
None of the girls want
Is
to
it,
walk.
Cloud, bet you've had to hoof it from sunup to sundown tons of times. This is all just same old, right?
That's right. But
Guys
even
are
so,
like,
we're all
Yeah.
gonna need to stop and rest.
yeah.
Especially you.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, marching into the unknown ain't easy. But don't worry, because I'm here to lead the way.
That's comforting.
Do you think
Of
that
course it is.
my main concern right
All
now
right, everyone, let's stop here for a minute.
is the
Leaders'
cat's paws?
orders.
No
Now
paws.
breathe in that fresh air. Oh. Actually, scratch that. Let's, save it for later, when we're not so close to Midgard.
Guess this is goodbye, City of Mako.
I gotta say, this included, I really like the. Oh.
Haha, they can still see it get wrecked.
Like this?
Yep, just like that.
All right, Aerith, you knew how to do it. Like, don't.
This is so cute.
She knew. She just wanted attention from you, from Tifa.
Mm-hmm.
No way! A car!
We did it!
Yeah, who's not gonna stop for these two?
Hey, stop! What is it with these damn birds?
I like how they made the
Sorry
boys
about
right
that.
No need to apologize, ma'am.
Getting rewarded with a full movie.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Why does her face look different? All right,
There's
now
a
it's
roof
back.
when you need one.
Gonna be okay?
Should be, but weird. My stomach's in knots.
That's its way of telling you it's hungry. Let's move.
I know they updated the graphics engine, but everyone does look slightly different, and it's kind of like weirding me out.
I'm watching someone play Final Fantasy 15 on PC, and the faces all look different to me. I like the first time I saw everyone's face, I was like, what?
Because we played this on the PS4 Pro. It's just, I don't know, they look different, and it's weirding me out.
Oh, so
It's been a while, huh?
Zach.
Long time no see.
Aww.
How you been?
He's supposed to be dead, by the way. So that's kind of like really strange.
Listen. Hey.
So what happened is like the timelines are all like mixed together now.
I'm back.
Uh-oh. They're dying from geostigma. Dude.
Wow.
Zach was in love with Aerith. Do you think he's gonna cockblood Cloud?
Aerith?
It never stopped for us.
Suck it.
Do you okay? How do you think the Cloud Zach thing is gonna go down? Do you think Aerith's gonna be like, you know, we could make this work?
So wait, did we?
We finished.
Okay, so can someone confirm that was? I just want to make sure.
You don't have to choose Aerith. You can pick your boyfriend from both timelines if you so choose.
Oh, okay. So we finished.
We finished it!
Yay! Okay, so I was gonna say, and then I got distracted by all of the movie stuff. Genuinely liked the Final Fantasy VII remake part that's out so far, and this. It felt nice to play this again. Like,
it felt like there was some filler towards the end with like the battle sims.
Yeah.
But overall, they did have some fun characterization. We got to see our favorite villain.
Mm-hmm.
We got to like revisit some of our favorite characters. That ending little movie thing, I think that was a great addition for people who are craving more main character information. Just like a little treat.
Well, and I think that they also made a smart decision to have that in there so that it's like you're seeing at what point this stuff is happening, you know?
I will say the value of this is much better than the Kingdom Hearts DLC, which is also from Square Enix.
Yeah.
Not from Square Enix, but Buena Vista, but same idea. Remember that? It was literally watching Sora commentate over the dialogue.
It was watching a Sora Let's Play of the end of the game.
Of the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we literally watched the same cutscenes, but instead it was Sora talking over them.